Hey, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the world, or whatever time you are watching this clip. But as you have seen, Generation Z, what's happening in Kenya at the moment is a few people are not happy about the financial bill, and they are out in numbers to let the government know that look, we're not happy about this one. And you know what? To give people credit, because nobody has resolved into violence. I mean, we have seen one or two weird situations and very dangerous and changing situations, like the police officer who was holding onto the tear gas can and it blew off, and unfortunately he got injured in the line of duty, which is not a good thing. However, we've seen one or two police officers behaving incorrectly, and people have got the footage of them, so that's a positive. However, people have not been going to vandalize people's properties or trying to burn down other things. The generation is out there trying to tell you that look, we don't agree with you, and we stand grounds to say look, we will protest as much as we can to get our point across. And you know what, like I said before, it's thanks to the previous presidents who've allowed this freedom to actually take place, whereby people can protest and actually get their point heard. And it's a great thing to see, and it's a beautiful situation for people in Kenya, because you are free to actually say what you want. And clearly you've got a Generation Z which is prepared to say look, we're not happy about this. Generation Z, Generation Z, whatever that is. I don't know what generation I belong to. However, I know that if I'm not happy about it, I can actually sit down with a few people and say, guys, I'm not happy about this. Let's protest against it and let's see what happens. And people are doing it. So you can see with some of the footage some of the guys have released, and we're seeing what's happening. It's a good thing, and kudos to the government for allowing us to exercise that freedom, and kudos to the people who are believing that they need to get their point heard. There's nothing better than that, and that's what you call our working system. Irrespective of how we agree or disagree, the fact is we can come out and speak about it. Nothing beats that anywhere you are in the world. For some places in the world, they can't really do this. And more so, Kenya a few years ago probably would not be, well, I wouldn't say a few years ago, but there was a time where you couldn't exercise yourself freely in Kenya without something happening. But interesting enough, however, people have gone in to protest. People have smelt that tear gas, and that stuff is not nice for your eyes or your nose. I remember I once, a few years ago, I did get to taste it without, it was never intentional. I was just wondering what's happening. When they blew it up in the air and I smelled it, and I was like, oh, my eyes, my nose, the coughing is like, ooh. But I feel for the police as well, because when they release it, they don't release it, they release that tear gas, which always has me wondering. When they release this tear gas, they don't have the masks to actually make sure that they're releasing it safely. And unfortunately, we've seen what happened to the other police officer with his arms got affected. But you know, I hope his family is gonna be okay, and I hope he's gonna be fine in the long run. But yes, people wanted to talk and get it off their chest, and that's what people have done. So let's see how this one goes. Peace out to all of you, and dream big. Trust me, it's always gonna be big. Just work towards it.